Today on Dave Eats the World, we're going to be making the best roast potatoes ever. Do note that these are not your grandma's roast potatoes. Heston Blumenthal, a British 3 Michelin star chef and owner of the Fat Duck, is one of the authorities I look up to in making the crispiest potatoes with a light and fluffy center. In 1993, he invented the best ways to cook fries, which is to cook it 3 times, once by boiling and twice by deep frying them in varying temperature. In addition to this, he probably has the best looking roasted potatoes on the internet, which is based on the same method as the triple cooked chips with some slight changes, along with using an oven to cook it. I've based my roast potatoes on his recipe. The main differences are it's not swimming in oil and the cooking temperature. So without further ado, let's get started. Here are some potatoes I've peeled. We'll be cutting it up into evenly sized chunks, way bigger than your typical British chip. When chopping, I'm making sure that each potato has a lot of edges. These edges will form the crispiest bits of the potatoes. Leave it in some water for a couple of minutes, changing the water every few minutes or so, until the water runs clear. Transfer the potatoes in a pot. Next, we'll fill up a pot with some water. Season it heavily with salt. Bring the water to a boil. We'll be cooking these potatoes for around 40 to 45 minutes until they're beginning to just fall apart. After 45 minutes, strain the potatoes in a colander. The surface of the potato looks a bit mushy and starchy. This will contribute to the glass-like crunchy exterior of the potatoes. We're going to leave this to cool for an hour so the potato has time to solidify. I'm lining my roasting tray with some foil. This will make my cleanup later so much easier. Pour in some olive oil. Add in your potatoes and mix them up a bit so that they're thoroughly covered in oil. Put it in the oven and bake it at 356 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. We're going to flip the potatoes every 20 to 30 minutes or so to make sure all sides of the potatoes are nice and crispy. After 50 minutes, I cranked up the heat to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. At this time, I added my garlic, thyme, and rosemary. Then I blasted the potatoes for around 20 to 30 minutes until they're golden brown. I removed the garlic around 10 minutes into the browning process since they're getting a little dark in color. Take the potatoes out of the oven and season it with some salt. Here, you can see how the craggly texture of the potato has become shiny and glass-like. Transfer the potatoes in a serving bowl. It's time for the crunch test. Yup, definitely crunchy all the way around without any mushy exterior. But how does it taste? It's crunchy on the outside, fluffy in the center, and perfectly seasoned all the way through. Combined with the flavor of olive oil, garlic, and herbs, and you've got yourself the best roast potatoes ever. This will beat out your local fast food fries at any day of the week. Sorry, McDonald's. If you're like me and love potatoes, you'll definitely love this recipe. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. I'll see you on the next one.